You know, it's funny, I feel like the last 3-4 trips that I've taken into the retail stores, I have found a bolo that I have never seen before. And of course, when that happens, I'm just gonna pass it along to you folks. No exception in this one. What's going on, everybody? This is Brendan, the channel's Dad Planet. I am the one-man show. You and I are headed up to the thrift stores. We're gonna shop until we drop like we always do. And again, I'm pretty certain that there's at least one bolo in this video that some of you, if not a lot of you, have never seen before. So I was pleasantly surprised. I hope you are too. Stay tuned. All right, fun bunch. Let's head into the thrift stores and do what we do best. This video was recorded on the 14th of February, so happy Valentine's Day to those of you watching. And if you're watching this after the fact, happy belated Valentine's Day. Hope you had a wonderful day and you ate every single piece of chocolate inside that box. All right, first thing we grab here. I've never seen, this is like a pair of military boots, right? But the brand is Oakley. I've never seen that before. And so this is going to pique my interest. I'm going to grab it. I mean, I like Oakley as a brand. I just don't do a ton. I don't think I've ever done any of their footwear. Maybe I'm mistaken, but these were cool looking, and believe it or not, is actually a bolo. It's an item you want to be on the lookout for. I think there was a men's size 9 or 9.5. I don't remember it there, but they're called the LT Assaults. And it's going to cost me $5 and around $5.50. I think they're $5.29 or something. They raised the prices here. Anyway, I'm grabbing them at $5.50. I think the comps say that they're going to sell around the $45 range, and I'm having a lot of success right now with Converse. So we're just going to ride this wave. This is a collaboration with Marimekko, and it had a nice little floral pattern on the side there, and it looks like these sell between $30 and $35. I'll probably touch them up a little bit. I don't usually do that with Converse, but maybe just a quick wipe down on the midsole, see if I can get just a little bit of the dirt and gook kind of off of that. But $30 to $35 even in that condition, I'll take it. I mean, you guys saw the pair of Converse I just sold recently for over $200. Now, yes, they were 50 years old, but Converse doing well for me. We're gonna move over to some electronics here. I love these baby Brezza machines. If you can get them at a good price, grab them, and I'm going to tell you why here. So they only want $10 for this, but I'm going to pop the lid off here. This container right here with those orange components and the lid alone is worth $50 if you just want to sell them. You can probably also get $20 for the water compartment in the back. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a business decision. I'm not going to test this machine at all. I'll probably just dump it once I remove the parts that I need, because I can still squeeze $70 out of that machine. So at $10, I'll take it. Yes, it'll take me a little while longer to get my return when you're selling them in the pieces and the parts, but $70, I'll take it. You know, if you test it and it works, probably get up to $100 for it pre-owned. They are great sellers. And in the bonehead move of the century, I forgot to pick this Breville up. So this thing is, I forget what it is called. It's like the Nespresso Creatista Uno. And here I am looking at it and like assessing it. I was going to get it home and test it. I forgot. I got distracted in store and I left it there. That thing could have been $300. That is the biggest bonehead move of all. I'm going to have to just accept the fact that I'm human and turn my back to it and then pick this Mocha Master carafe up, because believe it or not, this is also an item that you want to be on the lookout for. I think the price on that was $5. I'm looking inside to make sure it's clean. It looks okay. I'll probably just throw it in the dishwasher, clean it up a little bit. But believe it or not, these sell between $40 and $50. In fact, the Mocha Master coffee machines, if you've been following me for any length of time, you saw me sell one for a pretty high dollar amount that I found, I think, in this exact store maybe a year ago. So when I see Mocha Master, I always grab it. But man, what a dunce. I mean, I guess, you know, everybody makes mistakes. And you know, I went back, I think the following day, and that thing was long gone, as it should have been. And yes, it had to be tested. There's no guarantee that it worked. But I mean, even the parts, you know, it's just like the baby Brezza. I probably could have taken the thing apart and sold it for parts. Oh, whatever. It is what it is. I'm getting old. Actually, that was just a dumb move. I got distracted, and whatever. Someone else get it. More power to you. Resell that thing and make some money. That's what this is all about. Anyway, so I got really excited when I saw this Monopoly game, because this is a harder one to find, and some Monopoly collaboration games are a definite bolo. So this is obviously the 75th anniversary collector's edition Monopoly Wizard of Oz. I am not a a piece counter. That's a waste of my time in a lot of instances. But this made it easy because I'm looking at the little pewter pieces here. What I'm discovering, or what I notice, is Toto is missing. There should be 6 there. And so I looked, removed that like black plastic piece to look underneath. I was like checking all of the money here, and that piece was nowhere to be found. I don't want anything to do with it at that point, so I'm gonna put it back. I don't remember what the price was. What does it say there? $3, $4, $5. And brand new, sealed, you're gonna get over $100 for it. Pre-owned, probably $50 to $60. So I was excited, but with that piece missing, forget it. I'm not gonna sell it, half complete or 99%. Let someone else deal with that and deal with that kind of customer. So big disappointment there, but it is what it is. That's what happens a lot of times when you source pre-owned puzzles, which I almost never do. And I actually just saw a great Lego set, a Lego Friends set that I also left behind today because I didn't want to deal with counting the parts and putting the thing together. So I don't know about your area, but in my area, anybody under 25 owns a pair of these Blazer highs. So Nike Blazers right here, the model number on them is BQ6806-100. If you look at the tongues right there, you see how the padding looks exposed. That's what it's supposed to look like. So if you're not familiar with the Blazer style, don't think that they're damaged at the top there on the tongue. That's how they're supposed to look. But every single 25-year-old and below has these on their feet here in my area. Is that the same for you? Do you notice that it's this and the Nike Air Force One lows in the white color? Those 2 shoes dominate my area. So let me know if you're seeing the same thing, because Blazer's super popular. That's going to be such an easy sale for me. It's $60 pre-owned. It will cost me $5.50. I left the cleats behind. I don't do a ton of track shoes. Every now and then, if I find a pair at the bins, I'll scoop them up. But I left the Keens, I left the spikes, and I don't do a ton of cleats in general. So you can see, I think the Blazers had been misplaced here. This is like where the kids' shoes go. So I'm checking to see if someone else may have put something there that had some value. Anyway, I moved over to the carts. I see this pair of Todds right here, and then I'm going to check because I think they're valuable, right? So then I go back and I look, and I'm looking to see if maybe there was another pair of valuable shoes in addition to these ones. So they're men's, size 9.5. The style on this is, I think it's Gamino, Tomato. I don't know how you pronounce it, but Mr. Porter has these listed, and these, again, brand new, no matter where you get them from, potentially Nordstrom's, like $500-$600 brand new. Really gorgeous pair of shoes. I can't find an exact comp, and I got to be honest with you, they're kind of all over the place for pre-owned Todds, these loafers. So I see them selling for $50. I see them selling for $250 pre-owned. I'm not going to let a pair of shoes in that good of condition, that valuable right off the rip, sell for $50. I'm thinking that my price for those is going to be $125. Todds shoes, that's a Bolo brand shoe. Please keep your eye out for it. Yes, they are extremely expensive, MSRP brand new, but selling around $300 to $350 brand new online on marketplaces like eBay. I think $150, $125 is pretty fair, and they were immaculate. So that's what I'm going to list those bad boys at. We'll move over to purses, which is something that I don't normally touch, but I have an audience that probably has some experience in purses, and so you're going to want to see some of this footage. So we have Louis Vuitton here that's not actually Louis Vuitton. So I left this behind. It was interesting to look at because you can see the jewelry is marked here. So I looked inside that thing. I didn't see any tags. I mean, I'm almost certain that that's fake, so I'm gonna leave it. And if it's not, it is what it is. I'll find one again here that is real. It's just a matter of time. So not much else to go on. Bolo for these large vintage wicker laundry baskets. Now, I left this behind because as my inventory grows, I've got almost 1,500 listings at this point, right? But space starts to become an issue, and I'm not close to like maxed out, but I don't want to be maxed out by an item like this. I've sold them before, and this thing could be between, $50, $60, $70. But again, space becoming an issue. I'm going to find something that's worth $60, $70 that will take up less space. I'm confident. So I'm going to leave this behind, even though it is really extremely well built. I don't know what that, I know the top looks like it's marble, but it wasn't. So I'm going to leave it behind, but bolo for those wicker laundry baskets here. And here's something you don't see every day also, right? The bins. There's a huge blue bin inside the retail store. So yeah, so I dug through some of these accessories. I'm going to pass up on those hats. This Legoland hat, these are a dime a dozen. It's probably $5. There's no value there, so I'm going to leave that one behind. This could have been interesting, this Kentucky Wild hats. This is very vintage, but it was totally falling apart on the inside, and I didn't see like an officially licensed tag anywhere, so I left it behind. But here's what the tag looked like. Capital Expressions. You can see the foam just completely coming away. That won't necessarily deter certain buyers, FYI, on vintage hats when you're sourcing them. If you see that flaking away like that, don't necessarily exclude it from your sourcing, because people will buy it in that condition. But I left it behind even though it looked super old, because again, I couldn't verify that it was officially licensed, and I'm not going to take a chance on that. I don't need it, so we're going to leave that behind. Here's a fake Supreme hat. I'm looking for a tag that might potentially be folded underneath. There isn't one. A lot of Supreme, I think, is made in the USA. Some of it might be made in China, but you can see on the stitching with the Supreme name right there, the letters were attached. That's very, very fake, so I'm going to pass up on that one. I'll take the Patagonia hat, though. This is kind of cool. This is called the Trad hat, or Trad cap. It's got a little tied embroidered logo on the front there. The comps aren't fantastic on that, but I'm a brand buyer before style, so I like Patagonia. I'm going to take it. It's going to cost me $3. I think they said everything in this bin was $2.99, and I'll sell it for $20. It wasn't in perfect condition. It probably needs to be not necessarily like laundered, like thrown in the wash, but a little bit of a wipe down, and we would be good to go. The Vineyard Vines hats, I see those all the time. I don't need that. So just some interesting bins footage inside the store. Moved over to the carts. I don't remember when these rolled out, but I like these old vintage style phones. So you've got something here that, like a style of phone that is in demand. You've got a very vintage color that is sort of in demand as well. And I think the model number on this was CTR 307. There's one that is currently listed for $49.99 pre-owned, and I did see a couple of solds. I think one sold for around $50 with free shipping, maybe one for $30 with free shipping. In this case, I'm not going to match the $49.99 listing. This is one of the instances where I'm going to come in a lot lower. I'm going to list mine at $40 after having seen the sold comparables, and then I'm going to charge shipping. So I'll be $10 less than the one that is currently listed. Take very good pictures of it outside to make sure there's a very true indication of the color, and hopefully I'll get it sold quick. Then I found this thing here. This is a Flint and Tinder XL hoodie, black, very plain, very basic. They want $11 for it. It looks and feels like it is brand new without the tags, and I see some that have sold in the $80 to $85 range. In fact, I saw one recently sold for $85 that was sold as new without tags. That's exactly what I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to list it for $85 on the $11 spend. That is a phenomenal grab, and I expect it, even with spring and summer coming up, to sell pretty quickly here. This William Murray, I think it's William Murray shirt here with like the tartan sleeve, this pink color, they had $8 on that. Those shirts are a bolo at a certain price, but the sold comps for that style shirt were around $25. So at $8, there's not enough room for me to make it interesting, so I'm going to leave that behind. If that shirt was like $2-3 or I had found it at the bins, it would have been a guaranteed pickup for me. But at $8 to get 25, that's a pat. Forgot to show you, I picked up a really interesting pair of boots here. These things are super heavy, but I'm going to show them to you right now because I think this is also something that you're going to want to pay attention to here. And they don't look like your typical bolo. Take a look at these. All right, this is a pair of Dexter hiking boots. Let me show you the tag right here, Dexter hiking boots. And then I have, I think, a men's size 9.5 W998-4, made in the USA. And so you can see the logo a little bit right here. This is totally new to me, so I've never seen these before, but I'm going to put the comparables on the screen, and I think you will be as surprised as I was to see some of these sold prices on here. Now there's a size 9 that's currently listed for $175. I think when I was looking at the comps preliminarily, I might have to clean up these soles a little bit, although they're like work boot hiking boots. I mean, so you have to sort of expect that there's going to be little bit of dust and dirt here, but I'll try to clean them up and maybe get this just to look a little bit more black. And here's a picture of the other one. This one looks like it's in a little bit better shape. It should be easy to clean, but I could not believe my eyes when I saw the prices that these were selling for. So take a good look right there. Put this one on your BOLO list as well, because again, who would know, right? Dexter hiking boots, another pretty sweet potential BOLO right here. I'm gonna list those boots for $150, and I think they were 7. So if we total everything up, I spent $66 for all the items you saw in the video today. My total listed value comes to $665. So another great haul. Thanks again for tuning in. Brendan here, Dad Planet, the One Man Show. Hit that like button if you liked what you saw or you learned something today. And then always consider becoming a member of the Dad Planet family by subscribing and hitting the bell notification icon so that you know every single time I upload a video to YouTube. But that's it. That is all I have for you. Thank you again so much for tuning in. Happy Valentine's Day, and we'll see you in the next video.